What's going on, everybody? Man, Eric Wilson in for the Sports Arena. Well, what can I say? It has been some time, but as I predicted, the WNBA is blowing up. And of course, the conversations are all over the map, particularly one that actually I had roughly back in 2021. Now, as a reminder, let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. None of these women are on a level that is subpar. They are all on that same level. It ain't like we have a WNBA and a minor league WNBA. Okay, we have the W. That's it.
But they're the minor to the NBA, like you said. They're a tier. They're 10 tiers beneath.
And this is where you and I differ, because I don't feel that way. I don't feel like they are.
But not from a talent standpoint. From a talent standpoint, they're the best women players in the world, right? Their product is 10 tiers beneath the NBA. That's a fact. I get it. They're growing. And they just got to continue to deal with those growing pains. With these women who playing now, the Diana Taurasi's, the Candace Parkers, right? The women before them, the Cynthia Coopers, the Cheryl Swoops, the Lisa Leslie's, the Rebecca Lobos, people who didn't get to play in the WNBA like a Cheryl Miller. Those people are seeing the fruits of their labors now, right? So what these women have to understand is they have to keep pounding that pavement. They're going to see the fruits of their labors later. A Martin Luther King didn't see the country he wanted to see. The fruits of his labors are today. These women have to keep pounding the pavement so the women in 2040 get to have it better, right?
This is not about a give. This is invest. Invest in these women, invest in this brand, because your return that you're saying is going to come in 2040, these women could be getting in the next 4 years if people would just take the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that time is now. As we are seeing, the WNBA is flourishing and conversations are being had, one which we are going to be having tonight. Just to let y'all know, the Sports Reporter Without Pay, my man Ray Lynn, and myself, tonight at 10 p.m. are going to be having a conversation in regards to the defending Las Vegas Aces defensive MVP champion, A'ja Wilson. In an interview, she stated that the W is seeing a lot of this encouragement, a lot of positive response, and just an overwhelming surge of rise in the world of sports, particularly in the world of women's sports. And you can't argue that it is largely in part due to the success of Caitlin Clark. But what you also cannot do is ignore the fact that while there have been plenty of other athletes, female athletes, who have risen to the level of success, but have not been given or seen that level of success, a young woman who is now stepping onto the WNBA court only for the second time has already received so much notoriety, so much praise, that we cannot argue the fact and ask the question, is Caitlin Clark receiving all of this attention? Is the WNBA receiving all of this attention? Is everybody hitching their wagon to Caitlin Clark and not an A'ja Wilson because of how she looks? So, the Sports Reporter Without Pay and myself are going to dive into that conversation tonight. This is truly a full circle moment, because the video that I just showed you was a video from October 6th of 2021, when him and I very first got on this very show and had a conversation about the W. Now full circle, he said 2040. It's been 3 years, and the success of the W is now starting to see, starting to receive, starting to get what I have been saying and what a lot of people have been saying even before me, but let's just take over the last 4 to 5 years. But again, what we cannot do is ignore the fact that a woman who is a two-time WNBA champion, a defensive player of the year, has been setting the world, the WNBA world, on fire for almost a decade, just now is getting a shoe deal. Just now is receiving her attention. And all she's ever done in regards to A'ja Wilson is be herself, be her true, genuine, authentic self. Meanwhile, a young woman coming from Iowa, playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who up until a few days ago never played a WNBA game, received a Nike deal, has her face plastered all over televisions and social media, and the praise and the recognition and the attention is on her. So compare the two and answer this question. And if you want to join the conversation, as you know, 10 p.m. Eastern right here, you can check it out. What's the underlying factor? Because as I see it, a woman who's been in the industry for 10 years, has worked as hard as she possibly could and then some, has proven herself to be a champion, is only now receiving the attention. While another young woman who has played 2 games in the WNBA is catapulted above a champion. We'll have that conversation tonight, 10 p.m. Again, myself and the sports reporter without pay, your man Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena. I will talk to everybody tonight. Stay tuned. And as I said, in the words of Kevin Hart, it's about to go down.